Hey, how's it going? So we're doing the flute fill. It's about 2 3/4. So we're using this is a 1 3/4, and we'll use 2 layers of the 1/2 inch to create that 2 1/2 inch, and then it'll get the cover board, and then it'll get fully adhered on this side where this gentleman's working, fully adhered because of the overhang. And I also had brought in, since we are lifting up the deck, even with this panel, I brought couplers, the glue for PVC, to get this extended up, you know, good 8 inches above the roof deck. That way we can do a field wrap of 6 inches. That way we can do a 6-inch field wrap, get it clamped up, all solid. You know, they have to remove the expansion joint, get that out of the way. Then they'll go ahead and get that flute filled. Again, from these screws over is going to be getting fully adhered, single ply. Here's the insulation that we had brought in from the shop from a previous job. Exhaust vent for that exhaust fan that's up there. There's my couplers. They have the OMG, that way they can fully adhere this system down. Does look like I have some gutters going up. 1, 2, 3. These are 20-foot pieces, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 260 feet-ish. Little staging area for said. Are these the new ones right here? You know, they're just gonna have to come through, pop rivet, and caulk all the seams. Otherwise, they're looking really good up there. You know, again, our scope is we'll be tying into these scheduled 40 downspouts that kick into the drainage underneath. So we'll be putting the gutters up on this roof. They're probably gonna get the gutter up on that section right there. They still have to go through, take this gutter, install some gutter here. I wanna say our scope was to also install the gutter here, so we'll probably be taking this gutter off and installing new gutter. And then again, it's gonna get gutter in the shingle areas. And once I get the approval for my change order, I'll be doing that dry rot, so stay tuned for a full-length video on how to replace dry rot. You know, I can never stress the importance of safety. They have the cleat metal set out, that way they can go ahead with their test piece, install all the cleat metal, and then they're going to come through and install that gravel stop. And then later on somebody will have to come through with the 6-inch counter strip and get that stripped in along my edges. Otherwise there's just a little tad bit of gunk up here to grab. Otherwise it's ready for the counter flashing metal that I believe was getting made up. Potentially has been made up. You know, we still got to go through, put the stainless steel clamps with the trim seal sealant. I have to come through and install those little sleepers onto these little curbs. Here they have the gravel stop ready to go. Once they get all the once they get the cleat metal installed, they'll be able to start installing the clad metal. Here's some of that counter flashing that was made for the units and wherever the walls don't have its own counter flashing. Make sure you get your water, make sure you got your power established. Got some gutter straps right here. Here's some of the gutter they didn't use on this section, a little 10-foot piece right here. End cap material. Looks like they laid the gutters out. Got the gutter straps here. Caulking gun. Got to go through, get this thing really clean and neat. That way our gutter can sit in there really nice. And that, folks, is what the gutter is going to look like when we get it set in place. And then we'll just come through and do a little sealant, little caulk at the end.